Here's the uncomfortable truth about money. Hard work doesn't create financial freedom. Leverage does, and leverage has nothing to do with effort. It has everything to do with who controls the conversation. If you don't control the frame, you're working inside someone else's rules. Lame. Let me start by telling you something most people in this room already sense but have never had confirmed. The world does not reward the best ideas. It rewards the ideas that control the frame. And if that statement makes you uncomfortable, good. That discomfort is your old operating system realizing it may be obsolete. Every day, people with brilliant ideas lose to people with average ideas who understand one thing better than anyone else in the room: how attention works, how status works, how power actually moves. Not the fantasy version we were taught in school where logic wins and effort is always rewarded, but the real version, the one that plays out in boardrooms, negotiations, funding meetings, sales calls, and even relationships. Here's the hard truth. If you walk into a room trying to convince people, you've already lost. Convincing puts you in a lower status position. It frames you as the one seeking approval. And the moment you seek approval, the other side unconsciously moves into judgment mode. They stop listening for opportunity and start scanning for flaws. Their brains don't ask, "Is this a good idea?" They ask, "Why shouldn't I say no?" Human beings are not wired to accept ideas. They are wired to defend their own. This is not a flaw. It's survival. It's survival. Status, control, and certainty keep us alive. So when you push an idea directly at someone, their instinct is to push back, not because the idea is bad, but because accepting it would mean surrendering control. That's why the most powerful communicators never try to sell. They never try to persuade in the obvious way. They flip the script. They arrange the interaction so that the other person believes the idea originated in their own mind. And once that happens, resistance collapses. Because people will fight you to protect their ego, but they will defend their own conclusions to the death. I learned this the hard way. I didn't start as someone with power. I started as someone chasing it. Pitching, explaining, justifying. Doing all the things that feel logical and right and still watching deals fall apart for reasons no one could articulate. It's not the right time. Ooh, we need to think about it. Send me more details. Polite ways of saying you never had the frame. Here's the thing no one tells you about money, influence, or freedom. They are not granted. They are taken through positioning. The market does not reward effort, it rewards leverage. And leverage begins in the mind of the other person before it ever shows up on a term sheet or a bank account. Most people approach financial freedom the wrong way. They think in terms of accumulation, more